Welcome to our progression with Ellie. As we can see, that Ellie is leaning in here, and we're going to go through a progression on how to develop angles and move pressure to the outside leg, like we see here in Kristofferson. If you notice here, the angle between the two lines is much tighter than you see in Ellie. Okay, we're going to go inside, give Ellie a few exercises to use before we hit the snow. Let's take a look. This is leaning in. I'm in a turn this way, so I'm in a right footer, and my shoulders are at this angle. Where would the pressure be if I'm leaning in like that? On the inside ski, correct. So, what we want to do is we want to have pressure where? Good. So, have pressure on the outside ski, instead of being leaning in, we have to be something like that. That motion starts down in our pelvis. So we're lifting the pelvis and lifting my foot off the ground without bending my knee. She's got the leg stays straight. She lifts here. Hold that position. And if you can imagine right now, she's in a left footer. Outside shoulders down. This is her outside foot. By lifting the inside pelvis, she's keeping the inside would be the right side, which is the inside of a left-footed turn, high, and the outside down. That's the first step in creating angles. What we're going to do now is we're going to have Ellie lift the inside pelvis like we did inside. Show me that. What I like, one, is she's got pressure in the front of the boot. That's going to help her balance. She starts by lifting the pelvis up and keeping the shoulders down. And that's what we're looking for from the middle to the finish of the turn. Next, we start to do some traverses on one foot by lifting the pelvis on moderate terrain. You're going to pick up that uphill ski by lifting the pelvis, just like we did inside. And so when I say traverse, it looks something like this. We're going to go all the way across the hill. Notice in these traverses how we start to see that sharper angle and that the shoulders are now approaching parallel with the slope. More of that and lift that hip stronger. Okay, give it a try. There we go. Yes! We are going to now link those traverses. So instead of traverse, we're just going to take it down the hill and try to do some more GS-like turns with the same movement and really trying to pay attention to in the fall line to after the fall line. You know what I mean by fall line? What's the fall line? Lots of repetition on varying terrain. Ellie continued this for several hours. I want you to get down low, and then you're going to take your foot and stick it out as far as you can. Good. And what do you notice is shoulders are level. How far down can you get? Oh yeah, that's what we're looking for. And shoulders are level, right? So this is the outside foot. And if you get really good at this, you'll get to the point where you almost feel like you can pick this ski up. And then you're going to stand up, keep the width of your feet going all the way over, and let this knee come up into your chest. And as long as you keep pressure right there in the front of your boot, and eyes up, look like a ski racer now, right? In this exercise, it really allows Ellie to feel the angulation and the impact of that angulation and having that ski carve. As we notice, can you show us the outrigger turn position? What's that look like? So in this, her shoulders are level, her inside leg is flexed, her outside leg is long, which looks a lot like a GS race turn. She's using right now, as she develops this, she's using this almost as a training wheel to hold her up. With time, she won't need that. We're going to try to combine this with the lifting of the inside pelvis and the drills we did earlier and put those two together, and that's our progression for the day. As you can see here, strong angles are created and a carving outside ski. Just what we're looking for. After several runs of outrigger turns, we return to the outside foot drill, and then we try to integrate them. In this one, we're using the pole to accentuate the movement. Now putting the two together. Now a little fun as she tries to ski through the circle. We started with some motor skill development inside, lifting the pelvis, shoulder, and keeping that outside shoulder down. And we took that outside and we took it in traverses across the hill, back and forth, helping her develop that. She's going to keep doing that. Then we took it and started making some GS turns, so trying to link that, almost taking our traverses and taking it down the hill. And then we slowly took the traverse out and tried to move that carve a little bit higher up the hill. And finally, then we added outrigger turns. So she's got a full progression here.
Racer ready. People ask me what my secret is. I just smile and say, follow me. I'm sitting on top of the world, on top of the world. Life's too short not to really live. I got a big heart, I can let you in.